YouTube, welcome back to another video. I have missed y'all so freaking much, okay? As we know, I did not post last week. It was not the plan, obviously. And I don't want to spend too much time on this, but it does kind of explain what I mean by getting back on track. So I'll give you a little rundown of how the last week and a half has looked, okay? So a little explanation to why I didn't post, because trust me, it was not the plan. I tried everything in my power to post for y'all. My plan for last week's video, which I was so excited about and is still coming soon, okay, but it'll all make sense in a second, is I was going to do a giant Amazon activewear try-on haul, which is like something I've always wanted to film. I also desperately need new activewear, so I was genuinely excited to get all these pieces and find what was good and be able to share the good and bad with y'all. But one of the packages that was containing like 6 of the items kept getting delayed and it just didn't end up working out, okay? I was like tracking it to a T. It was still gonna get here like the day I had to post, and I was really trying to make that work and it just didn't work, okay? Just to give you an update, it has been a week and I still don't have that package. So I think it's time to get a refund on her and order new stuff. So hopefully, fingers crossed, if all goes well, you will be getting that video next week. And I was like, okay, no big deal. I don't have to do the Amazon try-on haul this week. So my second plan was just to vlog, okay? Kind of like I'm doing today. And yet I woke up the day that I was planning on vlogging, which was the day that I had to post, and I had a 101.4 fever. Not cute, not fun. The last 6 days have been awful, okay? I feel like sicknesses manifest differently in people. I feel like our immune systems are all a little bit different, even if we catch the same sickness. And for me, I feel like everything, okay? I could have the stomach flu. Everything turns into migraines for me. My body just loves giving me migraines. I feel like it is my body's way of forcing me to rest, okay? I don't have any other option. When I have a migraine, I am like essentially brain rot. Like I am mashed potatoes in human form. That is what I revert into. So I feel like that can kind of explain how I've been doing. The last 6 days are a blur, okay? I have done a lot of sleeping. Like 80% of my day every day, I've been asleep. And the 20% I've been awake, I've been watching this one new anime I found, okay? I watched 66 episodes. I've watched 66 episodes in the last 3 or 4 days, which is terrifying, honestly. So I have not been journaling, I have not been reading, I have not been going on walks or runs, I haven't been to the gym, I haven't been eating the best because my appetite has also been so awful. But we're back, okay? Do I feel great right now? No. But am I like 99% better? Yes. So I will take anything I can get. The fact that I can hold a conversation right now, that's a huge step for me. So that brings us to today's video, which, as you can tell by the title, is all about getting back on track after falling off of your fitness routine, your fitness plan, productivity, whatever you want to use this for. I'm just going to be taking you guys kind of on a day in my life trying to get back on my shit. Okay, and that can look different for everyone. For me personally, because this is not the first time I've been sick this year, I kind of have a system down now where I know for myself I need to focus a lot on my mental health, things that make me happy, little wins, okay, little things that I can be productive doing, and also taking baby steps and almost like gentle parenting myself, because I am very much so the type of person where I get a lot of guilt and I put a lot of pressure on myself if I'm not always being productive or doing something to better myself or better my work or life or partner or whatever. So the fact that I haven't been productive at all whatsoever in the last like 5 or 6 days is making me a little bit antsy and itchy, and I just want to dive 100% back into everything. But I know that that's not good for me, okay? So we're gonna take baby steps today. I also want to be your little voice of reason of, hey, it's okay if you missed a week of the gym. It's not gonna kill your progress, okay? The years, the months, the hundreds of gym sessions, it's not gonna be ruined by stopping for a week. Trust me. But I do understand, because I am very much so this way, that it can mentally be really difficult to take a week off when you're used to doing something every single day. So that's kind of where we're at. Today is going to be a chill little productive vlog, getting back into the gym, getting back into my routine. I plan on grocery shopping and meal prepping with you guys later on, and just doing all the things that make me feel good and happy and healthy and like I'm not rotting anymore. The first thing on today's list was going and getting coffee. I meant to film it, but also I was in a terrible mood until I got her. So I didn't want you guys to see that. Now that we have coffee, I have like a few different things I want to do today, and I'm debating if I want to start with the productive side and then have fun later, or start with the fun and then be productive later. And I'm very much so leaning into let's have fun first. Let's set the mood, set the tone, let's have some fun, and then we can be productive later on. So I kind of want to go upstairs and pick out a cute little outfit and go take some pictures somewhere, because I also, obviously, since I've been rotting, haven't taken any Instagram content or anything, and that is something I really enjoy doing. That is fun for me, but still productive because it obviously is part of my job. So I think the plan is to go pick out an outfit, find a location, go take some photos. That'll kind of set the tone for today being a like productive and yet exciting day. Oh, also, elephant in the room. I did dye my hair, so the blonde is technically gone. I've already washed my hair like 5 or 6 times since dyeing it, so it's almost fading back to this like light brown, dirty blonde color. I will be dyeing it again, but the blonde is gone. Okay, I don't want to talk about it. If I see a single comment telling me I should have kept it, I will cry. So let's keep those to ourselves. She was a part of me, okay? And I'm still mourning the loss. Howdy. Okay. I don't think I've ever said howdy in my life. That was odd. Okay, I just got to this park. It is beautiful, as you can maybe, hopefully, possibly see. I have a notification on my screen. I'm gonna put some of my like Pinterest saved photo inspo on the screen. I've gotten some questions about how I take my Instagram content, and while it is not complex at all in any way, it is always just me, my camera, my tripod, and a self timer. But I do really like getting inspo from Pinterest, and I save other creators' photos and videos on Instagram all the time just to look at as a form of inspiration, almost like a mood board. So today, as you can tell, is very sunny, dainty, pretty vibes. We'll see if I can actually obtain that. I am a little bit nervous because while they're all leaving right now, there's like a weird, it's not weird, I guess I'm the weird one. There's like a summer camp going on, and everyone is getting picked up right now, so everyone should be gone in the next few minutes, but I'm still really nervous because it's like really busy and I am socially awkward, as we know. Anyway, my mom is calling me. I'm gonna take this and then we're gonna go set up a little spot and take our photos. Okay, this is my vision for spot number 1. As you can see, there's like a little lake pond thing going on. It is not very nice water. It is actually really gross water, but no one on the internet needs to know that. So I think I'm gonna set up my tripod around here. The lens I have on my other camera is like very zoomed in, as you'll see. So it'll probably get like this square and I'll be standing in between this little arch of greenery. Also, since walking over here, I have passed like 10 bikers, so I need to just get over my fear that people are gonna see me. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We're in this together. This is why I like vlogging my life, because like, would I have the confidence to do this completely by myself? Absolutely not. But something about having like you guys with me, like, I feel like I'm here with a friend. I feel like I'm not alone. You're currently seeing what my other camera is seeing. So I'm going to be shooting on this camera, which by the way is a Sony a7 III for those who care about cameras, with a 50mm lens. This is like my go-to combination for photography, while this camera I'm currently filming on is my go-to for YouTube. But being the unprepared person I always am, this is only on like 8% right now. So if we lose her, I'll be switching over to my vlog camera and just putting that lens on here. You guys already know the drill. We're gonna use this app, Imaging Edge Mobile, connect it to my camera, and now we can see exactly what my camera is seeing, and I can use this button to actually take the shots. got a few cute little photos in that spot. I'm gonna move down this path a little bit. It's just like a little bit more open so I can be a little more in the sun. Okay, really aesthetic little bench spot. Hopefully you can see through the viewfinder. It's way too glary to show you on this screen, but we're gonna take some like sit down shots with this bench. Tell me why I heard footsteps and I was like, oh, a person's coming. Nope, just maybe the biggest bird I have ever seen in my life. Oh my gosh, AC feels so good right now. As you can see, I am drenched in sweat. I ended up being out there for like over an hour. I like that every photo shoot I do, I'm like, this is gonna take 10 minutes, and it never does. It's too bright out to see any of the photos, so it's like very fingers crossed, up in the air right now. I don't really know if I got a good shot, which is why I stayed out there, because I was like, I'd rather take extra shots in hopes of one being good and in focus and everything. I'm just gonna sit here for a second. I might put that SD card into my phone and take a look at the photos we got. Again, I like to do these like self-portraits and photo shoots by myself just as a confidence boost. Like, it always makes me walk away from these feeling so good, and then I really love the process of editing photos. It's just almost like a form of artistic expression for me, and I know that might sound funny if you're not into photography, but the girls that get it, get it. And I know that there's some of you out there that watch my videos that want to learn more or get more into this space, so hopefully at least one of you cares. Like I said, we're gonna sit here for a second. I'm gonna cool down. If I feel good enough, we are going right to the gym. Okay, we're starting on this fancy abductor machine. It is essentially the same exact movement as a normal abduction, but there is nowhere to sit. So you're forced to either squat with the movement or hold a squat throughout the entire movement. This weight is not really counting. It's like really extremely light right now. Like I said, we're starting really light on everything, but this is almost a little too light. So I'm gonna do a set of like 20 to 25 reps with this just to like get my legs moving. And then next round will be the first working set. I'm gonna do 4 working sets of 15 to 20 reps, keeping everything very high rep and yet super slow and controlled. It's really easy to cheat on machines like this, even the seated version where you can like stick your butt out and like swing. So it's really good to like force a controlled core. I'm gonna go an extra 15 pounds each side and see how that feels. Okay, moment of truth. Is this one of those machines where I like can't tell if something is gonna be easy until I actually do it? Same thing, tight core, slight squat. I think it's really important just because everyone's built very differently to play around with depth of squat. So some people feel their glutes the most down in a deep squat, others feel it closer to standing. I usually am like somewhere in between. Okay, definitely feeling this weight. You're gonna do 5 more. Ooh, she's shaking. Is I'm one of those people where like my glutes shake if I'm actually using them. I think I was gonna say something, but I forget. I'm gonna take the 5 off of each side and put a 10 on in place of it. So technically going up by 5 each side for another 20. Okay, 3rd working set. I have nothing to add, so we're just gonna do her. Feeling good so far. Actually, weirdly, usually if I do ever take a break, which like I would say I take week-long breaks at least a handful of times a year, so it's not like this never happens. When I get back into it, I actually typically have really good workouts. I think because one, my body is finally rested. I'm not sore at all, so I have like really good mind to muscle connection right now. Doesn't always happen this way. Sometimes you have to ease back even more slowly, but today everything so far, I know I'm only 1 exercise in, is feeling pretty good.
I actually kind of feel these more leaning forward. I would typically advise or think that leaning back would be the best, right? But I think it's just creating a better stretch through my glute at the top of the movement. This weight felt really good, so did last set. I am going to increase it. I'm going to take like all of this off and put on a 45 and a 10, which is 15 more pounds each side than what I have right now, which is going to be a pretty big jump. I don't know how many reps I'm going to do. The goal is going to be 15. We'll see how that goes. One. Oh man. Okay, we are done with these. Next thing on the agenda is hip thrusts. There is a hip thrust machine right here that I enjoy using, so we might use that. If not, we will set up barbell. But that sounds like a lot of added work that I don't want to do. Okay, hip thrust time. We are ending up just using the machine because it's easier. Work smarter, not harder. This is way too close. I grabbed one of these loop bands, typically anyone's best friend during a leg day, especially if you're focused on glutes. It's just an easy way to add in some like glute medius work into any sort of exercise or movement. Just that little act of pushing your knees out against the band activates that upper outer part of your glute a little more than just hitting just your glute maximus during movements like a hip thrust. As you can see, I have just 125 pounder on the bar, so nothing crazy heavy, just something I can really slow and controlled move. We're gonna go similar tempo to the last leg day we did mic'd up. I'm gonna hold at the top for 1, 2, and a slow decline of 3, 2, 1. Fast up, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. And the only thing different between this and doing how I did last week is I am pushing my knees out the entire time. I'm just doing 4 sets of like 8 reps here. I know that might seem really low, especially for having a light weight on the bar, but trust me, I am feeling everything very, very deeply. So I'd rather stop where I can still control the movement than try to push to failure and do some wonky form and then be too sore to function tomorrow. I'm one of those people that when I start sweating, I low-key never stop. So I feel like I'm still sweating from like my photo shoot that was like an hour and a half ago. Just gonna be slowly recovering for the rest of the day. Thank goodness this gym blasts the AC because it is like no joke in the Texas heat right now. I'm gonna stay at the same weight for every single set. So not really changing much. This is probably gonna be the last one I film, though this is my second working set out of 4. So there will be 2 more that you won't see. And then I will see you guys on the next exercise. I just feel like it's too boring to repeatedly show you the same exact movement over and over and over and over. Fast up. 1, 2, 3, 2, 1, push. Keeping those knees pushing out, which is really doing a lot for me today. This machine's so awkward. For those of you who listen to the podcast, this is the machine I was talking about where I said like the handle is so weirdly placed where you have to like perfectly time bringing it in like a mid hip thrust, because if you wait too long, you're going to be like too low and past it. Whatever, not important, but it is kind of funny. Okay, I finished up on the hip thrust. Like I said, nothing fancy, did the same exact thing you saw the first 2 times. We are now over in the free weight section. I'm doing barbell Romanian deadlifts. I already did 1 warm-up set with a 10 on each side, and now I upped it and added an extra 5 each side, but I think we might end up staying here depending on how this feels, just because my glutes are already insanely fatigued. You know the drill here. Standing up, One step back, core tight, back as straight as possible, and just thinking about pushing my butt back, spread in the cheeks, and back up.
Wow.
Eight seems to be the magic number. We're just gonna stick with her for the rest of this workout. Trying to keep all the tension on my glutes. It's so easy for my hamstrings to take over. Just doing the best that I can. Also switched to a switch grip instead of a forward grip. Only because my hands feel so weak right now. That's it, that's it. We're done. I am going to do one more exercise. I've determined we're going to do a little bit extra, but my legs are definitely toast. And I feel the fatigue rapidly setting in. I just don't feel good.
Mentally, I feel great. I feel fantastic. Physically, I feel like I just got hit by a truck. It does genuinely feel really good to be back. I had a great workout. I feel really good. I did hit a wall, as you guys kind of saw on camera. Like, after RDLs, my body was like, nope, we're done. This is enough physical activity for us. I ended up going upstairs to the yoga room where it is completely silent. There's no music or anything in there, so I didn't want to whip out my camera and disturb the other people in the room with me. And I just looked up on YouTube like an easy to follow yoga routine, and I did like 10 minutes of yoga and stretching, which honestly felt really good and was a really good ending to the workout. Now we are going to stop at the grocery store on the way home. I'm not getting a ton. I'm not like grocery shopping for the entire week. Usually I do my like real grocery shopping on Sunday. Today is Thursday and we ran out of most of our staples yesterday. So I'm just kind of like replenishing most of the protein and getting some healthy snacks. And my dogs are acting weird, so I'm concerned as to what they did. I started with one of these Gatorade Fits, which I already chugged in the store. I have no self-control. Then we got popcorn, an essential. For proteins, I got ground beef and also salmon. I haven't gotten salmon in a while. I feel like it is one of those proteins that's just like insanely overpriced, you know? But I've been craving it, so we got her. For veggies, I got some carrots to go with the hummus I had gotten, and then I also got these little petite cucumbers, which I like to like thinly slice and make like a cucumber salad out of. I felt like that with rice and the salmon would pair really well. I also got a bunch of tiny corn tortillas. These are just a staple in my diet. I eat everything with a tortilla. And then some corn. I love corn more than anyone should love corn. Okay, I have corn at least once a day. Let me live. I wish it had more nutritional value, but it just tastes so good. And then lastly, I got this guacamole salsa sauce thing. I put this on everything. Salads, tortillas, everything. I am going to meal prep a little bit later this evening. Right now, I am not feeling my best. I've just hit that time of day where I'm like, it's time to lay down. I'm gonna lay down. My mom had gotten me a new book. It is one of those like self-help mental health type of books that one of her friends who is a business owner recommended. I'm gonna sit and read that a little bit and take some notes on it. And yeah, I'm really excited. He said it was a really good read. The book is called Everything is Figure Outable, by the way, by Mary Forleo. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong. The back of the book, just to give you a quick rundown of what it's about, just in case any of you out there are looking for something similar. Let's be honest, none of us were given an owner's manual at birth. If you're having trouble solving a problem or reaching a dream, the problem isn't you. It's not that you're not hardworking, intelligent, or deserving. It's that you haven't yet installed the one belief that changes everything. My mom explained it to me this way. Nothing in life is that complicated. You can do whatever you set your mind to if you roll up your sleeves, get in there, and do it. Everything is figure outable, which hence the title of the book. Whether you want to leave a dead-end job, break an addiction, heal a relationship, grow a business, master your money, or solve world hunger, everything is figure-outable will train your brain to think more creatively and positively, especially in the face of setbacks. You'll learn 1. The habit that makes it 42% more likely that you'll achieve your goals. 2. How to overcome a lack of time and money. 3. A fail-proof test to make the right decisions. And 4. How to deal with criticism and imposter syndrome. It's more than just a fun phrase to say. It's a philosophy of relentless optimism, a mindset, a mantra, a conviction. So that is the little debrief of what this book is about, which is why I'm so excited to read it. So I'm going to get into it. I think my goal right now is to read the first chapter or two while I relax.
Good morning. I fell asleep. Are any of us surprised? Probably not. I just woke up from one of those naps where I don't remember falling asleep. I don't remember what time I fell asleep. I don't know how long I've been asleep. I don't know what time it is, what day it is. None of the above. I have not even yet come to, okay? The only reason I'm awake is because this little guy decided to sniff my nostrils. Once I have potentially gotten more caffeine into my system, we are going to do some laundry together, some chores, because one of my favorite activities to do on this channel is housework. Because I have to do it anyway. I'd rather do it with y'all than do it alone.
Howdy. I keep saying that today. Hello there. Welcome to Chore Time with Kendall. That is when I, a girl that procrastinates all the time, and you, a girl that also probably procrastinates all the time, because if you're watching this, we're probably similar. I know you're thinking about it right now and you're like, oh wow, she's talking about the dishes that have been piling up in my sink. So we're gonna have a little yap session while doing my laundry. If you would like to also be productive with me, pause this video if you must, pop in some headphones, and let's get these chores done. This is a genuine question, okay? Don't make fun of me. I don't know adult things. Can I hire someone, can I hire a maid service, but just for my laundry? I don't even need the whole shebang. I don't need them to come deep clean. Should I probably have someone come deep clean? Yes. But if I could just pay someone specifically to do my laundry, count me in. Take all of my money. I also have an odd outfit on, okay? Because I wanted to do chores in something comfy, but then I put on this hoodie and then I got a little too hot, so then I tucked it in and I realized I look weird. It doesn't match the hat. Leave me alone. Trying to think of what to yap about. Trying to think if there's anything you guys have missed. I know you guys are already sick of me talking about my sick weekend. You're sick of hearing about me being sick. But while I was sick, I was still very much so busy, one of the most busy weekends I've had in a really long time. One of my boyfriend's best friends from out of state came to visit, so we did a bunch of stuff with him to show him around Austin and tried to mildly convince him to move here. And then as soon as he left, I woke up the next day and my dad was in town, and I don't get to see my dad super often. He lives in New York and he's been traveling a lot. So it was really nice to be able to see him. I did try to suck up being sick to spend time with my family. My brother also came into town so that all of us could be together for the first time in a long time. We got a lot of towels to do here. Another new thing in my life, kinda, maybe, I am really working on making friends and having adult friendships and reaching out to people, and especially specifically women, and finally making plans with those women. And I know that can be really nerve-wracking, which is why I want to talk about it right now, because I feel like it is very easy for me to write off just not having friends, especially having a significant other that I view as my best friend. So I sometimes don't feel like I have that friendship void that I need to fill, because one, I'm very content being alone, and number two, I live with my boyfriend who I consider my best friend. So he's kind of like my built-in best friend. I don't really feel a need to go hang out with other people when I got him and myself and our dogs. I've kind of always been that way. I had friends growing up, but I was never super extremely close with anyone. I think I've always been painfully independent. And while I think it's amazing that I enjoy my own company and can talk to myself into a camera all day, I also think it's important to make friendships for my future. So of course you guys have seen Julia and Erica on this page. Those two are my ride or dies, my best friends. They feel like sisters to me. But I think it's important to expand my horizons, and also have friends from different backgrounds, because the three of us are so similar. Like, yes, we're all very different, but very similar careers and very similar hobbies. So it's been really fun, like reaching out to new people and planning little girl dates to get to know some new stuff about some new people that I like. Since I grew up so painfully independent and only had 1 or 2 real friends, I am not good at reaching out to people. Like, I'm not a good texter in general, but I get so nervous. Like, there's this one girl that we had on our podcast a long time ago, like over a year ago. And when she came on the podcast, I was like, I love this girl's energy so much. And I followed her on Instagram. Ever since we filmed a year ago, I've been like, I need to reach out to her. Like, I would love to be around her. I just really liked her energy. And yet it took me like a full year of thinking that to finally pull the trigger and be like, hey, do you want to get coffee? Or like go shopping, or like go to the gym, or like anything at all. Like, I just want to be your friend. And I know that can be intimidating if you're anything like me, but here is your sign to do it. If there's anyone that you've been seeing at the gym or on social media or just around your town, and you're like, wow, I really like that girl, or like, wow, she's really cool and I want to get to know her more, here is your sign to reach out to them, because it's hard for everyone to make adult friends. And sometimes it just takes one of you making the first move. It's kind of like dating and being like, do you want to go on a date? And then you can go on a date, and if you don't like them, that's okay. You never have to talk to them again. But it could potentially be your future bridesmaid, your future maid of honor. Oh, another thing I want to talk about, because I haven't updated you guys in a long time, and you're the only people I ever update. My clothing brand that I'm working on, that I'm so excited about. I have gotten a bunch of samples in. We are still in the process of like perfecting things. What I can tell you is kind of a little bit about launch 1 and what it'll look like. Collection number 1 is going to contain multiple pieces. I already showed you guys the beanies. I actually have those in person now. Let me show you. Here is one of the beanies. I know you can't see it super well from over there, but this is the pink and black one, and they're just so cool and cute, and I can't believe I like made this. Like, that's crazy. I have a whole box of them right there, so that's pretty awesome. Other than the beanies, I'm also doing a hat or 2. Right now in production is only one of them. That's kind of like this, that has an adjustable backing and fits kind of in between a trucker and a dad hat. So that's everything for headwear. Moving down the body, I am doing a hoodie, kind of similar to this one actually. This one is obviously tucked in, but a very like wide set, slightly oversized fit. The hoodie seems to be giving me the most issues right now. I think just because I am very particular about my hoodies, so I really want it to look and fit a certain way. Also, as far as tops, I am doing an oversized tee, of course. Hello, I feel like that is a staple. Kind of similar to the hoodie, where it's a pretty minimal front and a large print on the back. I feel like those are just so cute when you like tuck them in with workout shorts and you have like a big branded thing on the back, but the front still looks pretty minimal and chic. I'm also considering doing a crop top this first launch. It really just comes down to budget. Gonna be transparent with y'all. It is not cheap starting a brand. So I definitely want to do a hoodie and an oversized tee, because I feel like those are more versatile and more unisex. And if it is still in my budget after those are manufactured to do a crop top, crop tops are definitely coming. I am working on an activewear skirt, which I feel like is super on brand for me. Like kind of a tennis golf skirt vibe is like my absolute staple in my wardrobe. And I probably get asked about what skirts I wear the most out of anything I ever put on my body. I just feel like you could wear those anywhere. You could wear them, yes, to the gym, but also to the grocery store, to a bookstore, to an event. Like, I have worn some of my active skirts as like going out to dinner outfits, and I always get compliments on them. So I feel like that is definitely something I need to make for y'all, is like a Kendall active skirt. Since I would like to say that is something I'm good at picking out. The vibe for the skirt as of right now is super minimal, like very tiny branding, very Alo Yoga-esque, very Altered State-esque. My camera turned off, but that's basically it. That is everything that is solidified. If I could do mesh shorts or spandex shorts and a crop top also in that first launch, that is the goal, but those are also kind of like coming second in priority list. I'm really excited. I hope you guys like the designs, and I am in the phase where I have nothing solidified except the hats and obviously the beanies I already have. So if there's anything you would recommend or something you would love to see, or a certain cut design design, a different brand that you really love, that you would love to see embodied differently, like whatever it is, please feel free to reach out to me or leave comments. As long as it is constructive criticism, I am happy to receive it. Last article of clothing, complete. Now I just gotta go put this up, and then we're gonna go cook some dinner. Welcome to the Kendall kitchen, baby. We are multitasking. We got cucumbers ready to be chopped. We got ground beef going on the stovetop. We got rice going in the rice cooker. She's almost done. And we just put our salmon into the oven. Beautiful. What I was about to say is I'm weirdly not that hungry. Usually by this time of day, it is now 8:45 p.m. I am absolutely feral starving. But I think because I ate so much post-workout and also chugged so many liquids, I'm not like super hungry yet. So I don't think I'm gonna eat anything this second. Like once everything's done, make my plate later on, which is why I haven't chopped the cucumber yet, because I feel like fresh vegetables on your meal are always better than if you like meal prep your vegetables. I don't know, maybe that's just me. The ground beef is just about done. I'm gonna give it like one more minute on medium heat and then take it off. The rice should be done within the next few minutes, and then the salmon still has another like 10 to 12 minutes to cook. We got the rice and beef all packaged up. The salmon just came out of the oven. I'm gonna let it rest for a minute, and then I'm just gonna put all of this in the fridge for right now. My boyfriend is still at work, so once he's off, we will be sitting down and actually making a nice, presentable meal. Possibly. He is not a fan of salmon, so maybe not, but I'm gonna have a nice, presentable meal. That is all I have for you guys this evening. I love you guys so much. Thank you for sticking with me, and I'm sorry again for missing last week's video. I promise, unless it is real medical emergencies, I will not be missing another video moving forward. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me a lot. If you have any recommendation, any sort of videos you want to see, could be literally anything, does not have to be fitness related, let a girl know. I will see you next Friday. I love you. Goodbye.